Who have you brought now, Sam?
I'm not entirely sure, but he says he knows you, and absolutely insisted he had to talk to you.
Ah. Of course. Henry. Lord Capon of Perkstein's page. We met on my visit to Rattay. He's all right.
Lord Capon's escort and bodyguard.
Quite. Quite. Oh. But tell me, what brings you here?
Well, that's quite a long story, sir.
Well, I've got plenty of time, and actually I enjoy long stories. You know why? Because they demand a lot of wine. Please, take a seat and tell me everything.
If I'm not mistaken, Jobst sent you to von Berkhoff with a message. How did that go?
In a word, badly.
Oh, how's that?
I hardly know where to start. In any case, neither von Berghoff nor the League of Lords are planning to join Jobst.
Good God. I need a drink. But did you manage to deliver the message in the end?
We did.
And? What was
That bastard first used us, and then wanted to get rid of us. We only just avoided being killed.
Sacre. So there's no chance the League of Lords will turn...
No chance. On the contrary, von Berghoff and von Aulitz came here to Kuttenberg to be at Sigismund's beck and call.
Christ. And what are you doing here, actually?
I came here with a man called Zizka.
Zizka? Jan Zizka of Trotsnov?
You know him?
Of course I do. Zizka is in the service of Prokop of Luxembourg, King Wenceslas's cousin.
Aye, we found that out as well. What was strange was that his band was infiltrated by Istvan Toth, if you remember.
That rat from Tarnberg. What was he doing there?
It turned out he was spying for von Berghoff. But he didn't do a great job, fortunately. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
I am starting to get confused.
That makes two of us. Maybe we'll understand better if we get drunk.
After Zizka took us prisoner, it finally became clear we were on the same side, and Istvan had to flee.
So the fucker's still alive?
Not any longer.
You? Well done.
To our enemies...
Just when we thought we were out of the woods and Istvan was gone, he appeared outside the walls of Nabokov again, with von Berghoff and Markwart von Aulitz. Von Aulitz was on his way to Kuttenberg with reinforcements for Sigismund. And with the finger of God.
With the what?
A bombard.
Good Lord!
Have you ever seen one? I hadn't, until they used it against us.
I've heard about the bombard. An infernal weapon.
We didn't have a chance. They blew the tower to pieces and took us all prisoner. They took us to Trotsky and tortured us. But with the help of a woman who works with Zizka, we managed to escape.
Zizka. That man always has a trick or two in reserve.
Thank God. While we were making our escape, I crossed paths with Toth, and finally took my revenge for everything he did.
Dull moment with you, I see. To happy ending. And where is Lord Capon? Or should I...
Well, the most fitting thing to call him would be hostage. Because that's what he...
A hostage?
That's right. Von Berghoff took him with him. And that's...
Your original plan went bad.
Well, it could have been worse.
That's the way of the world. For my part, I'm forced into hiding, as you've probably noticed. If only I knew what Yob's...
I know exactly what he'd say is that.
You do?
I spoke to Yobs just after we arrived at Suchdal. He expressly forbade me to look for you, or try to rescue
That damned... Did he say why?
Aye. He said you can look after yourself. And as a nobleman, Capon has nothing to fear. I must admit, I see his point. He has plans. He wants to take advantage of the truce while it lasts. And he doesn't want to provoke Sigismund into starting war. And he's probably right about Capon. Nobody's going to throw away the chance of a fat ransom, or waste a nice opportunity.
It's true I can take care of myself. But the old schemer could at least have warned me, whatever his...
Zizka sees Yobs as a pain in the arse, too. I mean, he's not fond of him. And he doesn't approve...
Then I expect he and I will see eye to eye. Although I prefer a different strategy to braining all and sundry with them. Even so, what brings you to me? You didn't take this risk just to tell me what Yobst is like, or that I should carry on with what...
No. My first concern is to rescue Lord Capon. Whatever schemes Yobst is
And then...
And also, it's about your safety.
My safety?
You know, they tortured us. Zizka, Godwin and me. They asked about Yobst's plan. I'd have held out, but Godwin... He told them where you were.
Where I am? In this city, you mean? That's not such a terrible betrayal. Gutenberg is a big city. It's like look...
Not that they have not tried. They almost caught you a couple of times.
That's true, of course. But I'm not going to bear a grudge. The executioner always gets what he... And if he hadn't, we wouldn't be talking...
Thank you. You don't know how much it means to me.
Don't worry your head over it. If I was tortured, I'd tell them everything I knew before the iron was...
Well, thanks.
But I'd regret it as well. I don't like pain. Nevertheless, let's turn the page. Capon.
That's exactly why I came to...
Oh.
Because you know how to do it.
You have a lot of confidence.
Well, I don't have many options.
Sigismund confiscated the property of some burghers and noblemen in the city when they opposed, and he divided the property up between his loyal followers. He seized Malashov Fortress from the Rutards, for instance. And didn't you say, Sam, that he gifted it to von Berg?
Yes, that is so.
That was before von Berkhoff was in these parts. But if he's here now, where else would he be but in Malashov? And if von Berkhoff is there...
That's where his captive will be.
Correct. Capon is at Malashov.
Well, that's fucked then. How the hell three of us conquer a fortress, and one of us a woman?
That's a conquest I'd like to see. It would go down in history.
The history of suicidal men.
You can't just launch an assault on Malashov.
Or long ladders and lots of men.
Careful! Jobst ordered us not to stir up trouble. And this would be serious trouble. But if Capon simply vanished...
Vanished how, exactly?
I don't know yet. But like I said, Malashov belonged to the Rutards. And I'm sure they're not keen on the new tenant. I think if you pay a visit to Sir Kunslin Rutard and convince him you have common interests, he'll be happy to think up a solution with you.
Like what?
Who knows? Perhaps Lord Rutard knows of a back door into his old home, and he might not be averse to an arrangement with someone who will help him take revenge.
Someone like you.
Well, I wouldn't get my hopes up. But it's the best we've got. and there's no harm in trying.
Sigismund seized his fortress, but, surprisingly, he let him keep his palace in the city. It's right next to...
All right? I'll give...
Once you have some news, you know where to find me. Is there anything you want to know?
Come to think of it, I've not...
We're in the Jewish quarter, in the basement of the King Solomon Tavern, below my tavern. Goyim do not just wander in here, but I will tell my people you are with us.
Thanks a lot. All right?
Good luck. It was... And be careful. There's bound to be spies swarming around the palace.
Tell me about it. Danger is my daily bread these days.